DJ Rule 17, Grasshopper.
In order to fly, a DJ must trust his wings.
And are these your wings?
Yes, Grandmaster.
Hey everybody, let's talk about the 4th episode of The Get Down. Now, in this episode, Mylene tells her homegirls what happened between her and Zeke on the roof. So, they're all pumped and amped for her. So, she shares that. And she's actually, her and the girls are out with her uncle, Francisco, and they're actually giving out food and supplies to those who were affected by the blackout, which is everybody. But, they're just in the neighborhood trying to help out. We know from last episode that the boys had a party at their parents' hair shop, and, it got all tore up. And so the boys just blamed the blackout on what happened in the shop, even though that's not really what happened. So Ra was in his feelings a little bit about it, and he felt bad about lying to his parents. So he went and told them the truth. And even though they were very upset and his daddy wanted to whoop his butt right there, his mom stopped him and was like, at least he told the truth and at least nobody got hurt, and we're just going to try to move on from here. Something else interesting that happened was Dizzy was out and about, doing his graffiti, and the police got after him. And so when he was running, this guy helped him, and come to find out, he was a fellow graffiti artist, and he does Thor. And I think that's what his name is. I don't know if that's his name or that's the type of graffiti that he does. But anyway, he and Dizzy, hit it off real good. And they exchange books. And they're supposed to go off and do some amazing work, inspired by each other. So that was kind of cool. So Mylene and Regina take a break from helping out her uncle, and they just hop in the car with him because he has some business to take care of. So he goes across town to handle his business, and he gives the girls, some spending money, and they go out shopping. Now, they're out here in this area because, after the blackout, people were thieving. So these people that have stolen goods are selling it. So that's where they're at. And coincidentally, Zeke and the boys, they're all there as well, trying to find some music to, replenish Xiao's collection. And so they're all there. So anyway, so Xiao bumps into Mylene, and of course, him with his little attitude, he walked up to her and he's like, yeah, did you have fun the other night? Talking about her and Zeke hooking up. She just dismissed him altogether, and she's like, I don't even know why he be fooling with you, because you ain't nothing but trouble. And he says, why are you always trying to act like Zeke is above everybody else? Like, he ain't out here thieving and stuff like everybody else. And she was like, what you mean? He wouldn't do nothing like that. And he was like, yes, he would. Yes, he did. As a matter of fact, ask whose idea it was to go steal the stuff from the club. Ask him about that. So she just kind of gives him this look like, oh, you make me so sick. Yeah, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't like the fact that they are that much in dislike of each other. Because sometimes when you don't like somebody that much, you end up liking them. And imagine what that would do if that happened to Zeke. Like, what would that do to him? You take someone like Xiao, who is his right-hand man, other than Ra-Ra. Ra-Ra is his best friend, period. But Xiao comes in right below him. And then imagine, Mylene, the love of his life. What happens if they hook up or they start liking each other? You know what I mean? Like, I don't like that they're that much at odds with each other. Like, it's okay to not like each other, but to like really see, he be going out of his way to do stuff, to mess with her mind about Zeke. I don't like that, Xiao. So, Francisco, he's trying to build up his community. So he makes this deal with the mayor. And one of the terms is that he's going to stop the graffiti in the city. He's going to try to get his neighborhood under control. And he's also going to recommend a guy from the streets who could be like reformed, just to let the people know that the urban people are not to be feared, and they can be turned into good people. And so Mylene actually suggests that he choose Zeke. So what happens is Francisco recommends Zeke to be an intern for the mayor, and Zeke accepts it. Tell me how y'all feel about Ramon, Mylene's daddy. How y'all feel about how he feels about his brother? Like, it's just, he cannot stand Francisco. Like, he loves him, but he can't stand him. For some reason, it's just like he feels like Francisco don't respect him, and he just goes overboard. And the whole reason why I asked that is because of the way that he acted when he found out that his wife had taken the money from Francisco to help him with this church. And she just told him, look, he did this because he loves you. And he was like, I'd rather him respect me than love me. Really? But I mean, I don't know. I think there's more to the story. There's something going on that makes him that amped up about his brother, because he just has this attitude of he's just not having it with his brother at all. So he was mad, and he's like, you know what? We're going to confront him because he didn't have no business giving you this money. And I'm just thinking, honey, if you only knew, he's after more than what you think he after. Okay? You better watch it. Watch your wife. And he better quit treating his wife like that. Quit talking down to your wife like that, man. Like, for real. Like, cut it out. For you loser. Don't play yourself. Anyway, poor Jackie. I mean, he is really trying to write this song, but he cannot get past all these lines he's sniffing and alcohol that he's drinking to get it together. And Mylene is blowing his phone up, trying to call him, like, what are you doing? What's going on? Because Francisco's like, look, I want to hear that song tonight. So, Mylene, you need to get in touch with Jackie, and y'all need to come down to the fundraiser tonight, and I need to hear that song. Because, he done paid his money, good money for it. So, he need Jackie to come through. So Mylene couldn't get him on the phone, so her, Yolanda, and Regina, they go all the way down to where Jackie is to see what's going on with him. And when they get to Jackie's house, his door is open. Okay, flag number 1. And when they get in the house, they all looking for him and stuff. And come to find out, he done passed out in the tub, in the bathroom. He's about to OD. So Regina just kicks right in, honey. Her instincts just kicks right in. She tells Mylene, look, go get some ice. And Mylene just froze. Like, I'm sure she's never been exposed to anything like this. So she just froze up. It wasn't nothing she could do. So she told Yolanda, oh, Lord, girl, Yolanda, go get some ice, And so she pulls Jackie out of the tub, and she pulls his pants down, and she puts ice, in his place. And it shocks him, and it wakes him up. And, Mylene is just, tears coming out of her eyes. And Yolanda's like, whoo, girl, I'm glad you knew what to do. And, because they was getting ready to call 911, but Regina had that under control. So they get him awake. And they're all kind of upset, but Mylene is the most upset because she's thinking, look, my uncle is going to kill you. And I'm mad that I put my faith in you. You in here sniffing lines and you ain't got no music. So he plays a melody for her to let her know he did get a little something done, but he don't have a whole song. So she tells him, well, look, you better get it together because my uncle want to hear the finished product. You're going to have to put some clothes on and come on. So they get him up. He gets a little cleaned up, but, he's still in and out of it. He almost OD'd, okay? So he's not all the way feeling good, okay? So while they're on the subway going back over to where her uncle is, he's just kind of laying down on the subway, and the girls keep that melody in their head, and they sing a song to it. And he kind of wakes up out of his daze, and he hears them singing, and it's just like he gets a little inspired, or some things start turning in his head, and then he goes back to sleep. So they finally get there to play the song for her uncle, and he could not get it together, not even a little bit. So, Francisco is just looking at him like, you know what? I'm going to have to do something about you. You're going to end up in a ditch somewhere fooling with me. You done took all these thousands of dollars, and this is all you came up with? And you sitting up here looking coked out of your mind? I know you high. So, her uncle is just livid. And I'm like, oh, what y'all going to do? I don't know what Francisco going to do to him. What y'all think he going to do? Y'all probably already know because you don't watch the next episode. But I'm watching it episode by episode. So I'm really anxious to watch this next one to see what in the world he's going to do. Because it don't look good. Now, let's talk about Shao and the guys. Shao finds out about the party. And he finds out about the bootleg tape that they used to impersonate Grandmaster. And he is livid, he is upset. So he goes and talks to Grandmaster. Grandmaster is pissed and he's like, I can't believe that you allowed this to happen because you the DJ. So that means you the head. So where was you at while they was out throwing this party? You know, he's like, I don't know where your mind is at, but you need to get it where it need to be. And right now I can't even look at you, right? You know, I just can't. So Shao decides that he's gonna find a bootlegger and he's gonna make it up to Grandmaster to prove to him that he, number one, didn't have nothing to do with it, and number two, he messed up because he really wasn't there because you know he was doing all that stuff for Cadillac and them, and he just wants to make everything right. So after a little investigation, he finds out who the bootlegger is. So he goes and he gets Zeke. Now, when he goes to get Zeke, of course he's with Mylene after he just got that internship. And she's all pissed about it, like, where you going? You don't need to be going with him, blah, 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 once again. So Zeke got put in the position to where he had to decide either he was going to go with Shao or he was going to go with Mylene. And he chose Shao once again. So they go to Sedgwick and they go to DJ Kool Herc's party, and the bootlegger is there bootlegging, okay? They end up getting the tape away from him to prove that he's the bootlegger. But they run into a couple of problems. And see, Shao only took Zeke with him. And he told the rest of the boys, y'all just stay home. But the boys decided, look, they probably gonna need us. They going down there by themselves, you know, in a part of town where we're not welcome. So we're gonna go and we're gonna help. So of course they were right. They did need that help because when they had cornered the bootlegger, it was not going the way that it needed to go, you know, to get the tape from him. And so the boys showed up and they provided the perfect distraction and they distracted the little bootlegger and they was able to get the tape and run. But they had to run back into the party. And Boo, who had the tape, he actually dropped it out on the dance floor and they got caught. So I don't know what's going to happen next. If I left anything out, please drop it in the comments below. Let's keep the conversation going. Let me know what you think about the Get Down. Let me know if you like it, if you digging it or not. I'm loving it. I'm really mad that they didn't release all 12 episodes. Netflix, really? Everybody else on Netflix drops their whole season, but the Get Down, they only release half of it. Why y'all let them do that? That's so annoying. That is the appeal of Netflix TV series. You know, because y'all drop the whole season at one time and we can watch it however we want to watch it. But now I got to wait till next year to watch the last couple episodes. See, y'all. Ooh. Anyway, I will see y'all in the next video. Be good. Bye.